Welcome to our special coverage from World Economic Forum 2024. We are at Davos and I have a very special guest with me. I have Mr. Akshay Joshi with me, who is Head of Industry and Partnerships, Center for Cybersecurity, World Economic Forum. Akshay, thank you so much for joining us on Times Network. The latest cybersecurity report that you have just published for World Economic Forum is quite interesting and I think very insightful considering the times that we live in right now. So what are the key highlights of the report?
This is an unprecedented era. So we are seeing a lot of geopolitical instability. We've seen the emergence of technologies such as generative AI. On top of that, we are seeing that there is a massive exacerbation in cyber inequity. So what we've seen over the past 3 years is that this minimum viable cyber resilience, we used to have a healthy chunk of companies, roughly about 67% in that bracket.
All right.
And that's shrunk to around 30%. So that's huge because, so what it means is that a lot of the larger organizations that have the possibility to invest in cyber resilience are continuing to do so and are doing well. Their cyber resilience is getting better. Mm-hmm. The smaller organizations, SMEs in particular, which are, I think the bulk of any economy, are not able to do so, and I think that's shrinking. So that's, I think, one of the big challenges that we are seeing in the report.
There is a lot of optimism about the digitization and the digital revolution of sorts that's taking place in countries like India. What is your assessment of India's digital infrastructure, its progress, and its vulnerability?
India is one of the best success stories in terms of how do you go towards digitalization at the scale that we are looking at. So when we look from a cybersecurity perspective, obviously secure by design is one of the biggest elements. And then you need to have policies, processes, people, and investments in the right technologies to make sure that you continue to maintain that cybersecurity posture. Cybersecurity is not a static concept. So under the assumption that you put a very robust platform today and it's going to continue to be robust over the future, that's a flawed assumption, right? So you really need to be investing and re-evaluating at any point in time. And that's really the differentiator that you need to strive towards.
You made a point in the beginning of this interaction about SMEs and how maybe they are falling out of the net. Do you think a more conscious effort is required maybe at government level or coming from the top in terms of ensuring that they don't fall out of the cybersecurity net?
Absolutely. I think there is the need for greater effort cannot be understated, and I think it needs to happen across all levels. All of these large organizations also do business with a number of smaller entities.
That's true.
And therefore, there's the popular cliche in cybersecurity that you're only as strong as the weakest link in the chain.
Actually, one last question. What is the major underlying buzz or theme, I would say, for WEF24 from your perspective?
So, I tend to veer more towards the technological aspects, given where I sit, but it's interesting because, all of these things are rather interconnected. Geopolitical instability is huge. We discussed how cybersecurity, there is an impact on cybersecurity. But for me, generative AI is one of the big things, and I think looking at how can we ensure responsible and secure deployment of generative AI to unlock the potential of this technology for the billions is going to be one of the big things.
Absolutely. Akshay, pleasure joining. Thanks for joining us. Pleasure having you on Times Network. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Thanks.